So my brothers and my sisters, as we embrace this urgency of creating the beloved community, now is the time to be love. Love means understanding, redemptive goodwill toward all which seeks nothing in return. So be love by implementing the demands of justice to eliminate the school to prison pipeline that has so many black children entrapped. Be love by correcting voting policies that seek to suppress the votes of millions of black and brown people. Be love and implement the demands of justice by transforming a society that is disproportionately violent toward black lives, including black transgendered lives and indigenous lives. Be love and correct false narratives and economic policies that continue to divide and pit poor and working class black and white people against each other. Be love and implement demands of justice where systems and structures are deconstructed and lead the way of living in community that reimagines just, humane, equitable, and sustainable policies, practices, and behaviors. Love your enemies. Bless them that curse you. Do good to them who hate you, and pray for them that despitefully use you and abuse you. Be love and do justice and love mercy and walk humbly with our God.
Students with King serves as the King Center's flagship engagement platform for elementary, middle, and high school students, highlighting the legacies of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., Mrs. Coretta Scott King, and the impact of the 20th century American Civil Rights Movement. Our dynamic and interactive programming has reached over 1 million students worldwide. Our core learning programs introduce students to the philosophy of Kingian nonviolence, coined Nonviolence 365, and provide important lessons about how they can apply nonviolence in their immediate environments. Whether you're an educator who is looking for ways to bring the King legacy into your classroom, a student who wants to learn more about this powerful moral movement, or a parent who wants to get your child involved in character building and literacy development activities, Students with King is your one-stop shop for unique lesson plans, teaching resources, educational field trips, and other opportunities to engage with the history of the American Civil Rights Movement and its powerful leaders. We look forward to engaging with you and your students. Together we can build the next generation of compassionate, courageous, and conscientious leaders.
Good morning and welcome to another edition of Students with King Reading Corner. We are back for the 2024-2025 school year. Man, this is great. I'm excited. It is so great to be back for another school year. And we doing Students with King Reading Corner, and we got some amazing authors lined up for this school year, so I'm very excited about it. So you guys already know the drill. If you've joined us before, or if you haven't joined us before, we always start with the roll call, the state roll call. So go ahead, comment, and let us know in the comments where you're tuning in from. You can shout your school out. You can shout out your classroom, your teacher's name, the state, your city, your county, all that good stuff. We want to know where our viewers are coming from. That way we can shout y'all out and show y'all a little bit of love. Also, we have our survey. So this is very important. This really helps us improve the program here at the Students with King Reading Corner. So we have our survey. So all you have to do is scan that QR code. Let us know, what you like about the program, some of your favorite parts, and all that good stuff. So it really helps us improve. So definitely go ahead, put your cell phone camera up to that QR code. You can scan the QR code. You can take our survey and let us know how we're doing here at Students with King Reading Corner. And also, like I said, make sure you guys are commenting where you're tuning in from, and then I'll bring our author on. And while we are reading the book, you guys can also be getting your questions ready for the author as well. I see we got some people in here. We got Kate Walsh. She said we are in Sierra Madre, California. Okay, welcome. Appreciate y'all so much tuning in. Hi, Maggie. Okay, looks like a fan of Maggie's we got on here. Love it. Awesome. That's fantastic. And yeah, this is great. So definitely keep commenting where you guys are tuning in from. And then also, while we are reading the book, make sure you guys are getting your questions ready for the author, because at the end, we're going to have an amazing Q&A. So without further ado, I want to go ahead and bring in our amazing author. We have Maggie P. Chang. She is the author illustrator of Geraldine Pooh series and lives in California with her husband, children, and dog. Her books encourage acceptance, and she will be reading her book today that is entitled Geraldine Pooh and Her Lunchbox 2. This is amazing. I love that title, by the way, so I already know this is going to be good. Miss Maggie, how are you?
Good morning. Good morning, Tyreek. I'm doing great. It's bright and early. Well, the sun is just rising over here in California.
Yeah, you're in California, so it's 7 a.m. over there. 7
That's right. That's right. And everybody on the East Coast, hope you've been having a good day so far. I'm so happy to be here with you again.
Absolutely. Yeah, definitely appreciate you so much for waking up early with us and joining us and taking time out of your busy schedule to talk with us today. This is going to be great. And congratulations on being an author. You have your amazing Geraldine Pooh series. And today we're going to be reading Geraldine Pooh and Her Lunchbox 2. So let's go ahead and get into this book read.
Let's do it. All right. This is the cover of the first book, Geraldine Pooh and Her Lunchbox 2, written and illustrated by Maggie P. Chang. That's me. So if you get this book, you'll see this page here. It's the table of contents, and you'll see that there are 4 chapters. And then just in case you've never read a book like this before, it's a graphic novel. And these pages here teach you how to read a graphic novel. It just shows you that there are these speech bubbles and thought bubbles and boxes, so you can flow from box to box. But I'll be reading it for you, so you don't have to worry about that right now. And this last page here I'll mention is there might be some words that you're not familiar with, and this page here helps you know what they mean. But let's go ahead and get started. Chapter 1, Meet Geraldine Pooh. Her last name rhymes with blue and chew. Geraldine loves her family, her favorite things, hair clip, pencil case, lunchbox, and going to school. Bye, Amma. The best part of school for Geraldine is lunch. Yes, curry. She loves the lunches Amma makes. Amma even includes notes. Yellow chicken curry. Love, Amma. Do you know what else Geraldine loves? Me! Her lunchbox. She calls him Bien Dong. Said like this, Bien Dong. She's decorated him with stickers. There's even one that reads, I belong to Geraldine Pooh. That's right, and I have an important job to do. Bien Dong's job. Carry lunch. Check. Protect lunch. Check. Keep lunch from spilling everywhere. Check. Every day, Geraldine and Bien Dong take good care of each other. Hey, my food is still warm. Yay, dig in. Squirt. Oops. There, I got it. Everything is great until sniff, sniff. Nico arrives. Ew! Nico is afraid of anything new, even curry. He says things like, "Your lunch is gross." Nico is new to Geraldine's lunch table. Now his new ideas are catching on. Ew, gross. Oh, yuck. Yeah, so weird. Geraldine growls. It's not that weird. It's delicious. But that night, she clutches Bientong tight as she asks Amma, "Can you pack me a sandwich for lunch tomorrow?" We're out of bread, but I'll try. Let's see what she brings. Chapter 2. The next day at lunch, Geraldine opens Bientong and finds something that does not look like a sandwich. Amma's note explains, "A homemade bao. Enjoy your special sandwich. Love, Amma." Nico sees the bao and asks, "What's that?" "It's a sandwich." "Doesn't look like a sandwich." "That's because it's a bao." "What's that?" "It's a special sandwich." "Ha! Even your sandwiches are weird." "Ha ha, tee ha ha." Geraldine decides to pack Bientong back up. "Open minds, people. A bao is yumminess wrapped in a bun." She doesn't even take a bite of the bao. Plop, snap, snap. I'm not hungry anyway. By late afternoon, Geraldine's tummy begins to grumble. Gurgle, gurgle, groan. This distracts her so much, she leaves Bientong on the bus by mistake. "Wait up!" Luckily, Devin notices. "Excuse me," he hollers. "Is this your lunchbox?" "Oh, yeah, thanks." But others notice too, like Nico. "Yeah, the smelly lunchbox belongs to Geraldine Poo Poo." "Hey, buddy, it's spelled P-U." "Yeah, Geraldine P-U." Even if they don't mean for Geraldine to hear, she hears. So when she gets home, whoosh, Geraldine's home. She takes off her shoes, thunk, stomps up the stairs, stomp, slams her bedroom door, slam, and then rah! Bam! Ouch! My pocket. Geraldine gasps and rushes to Bientong's side. "Bientong, I'm sorry." "I didn't mean to hurt you." She fixes his stickers and glues his pocket. This makes her feel better. But Geraldine hates that she wasted her bao. Even with lint, it looks so yummy to her. I should have just eaten it. Just then, Amma calls from downstairs. "Geraldine, where's your Bientong?" Geraldine doesn't want Amma to know she didn't eat her lunch. "I'll be down soon." She tosses the bao into the garbage and sighs. "Sorry, Amma." Chapter 3. That night, with her family, Geraldine eats from every dish at dinner. Let's see what there is. There are soy sauce, eggs, green veggies, soup, a whole fish, rice, dumplings, noodles, cucumber salad, pork chop. Her brother says, "Yeah, more soup, more soup." "So juicy, Amma." There's even a super smelly dish with a super silly name. Stinky tofu. Afterward, Amma asks, "Geraldine, do you want leftovers for lunch tomorrow?" "Stinky tofu. Maybe it is not as good as today's bao, but it is too good to waste." Okay, Geraldine finally replies. But later, she begins to worry about lunch. She thinks about it for a long time. Yeah. The next morning, time to wake up. Time for school. Thud. Geraldine tries her best, but she's a bit tired. Dribble, dribble, dribble. She brushes her teeth. Bling, bling, plunk goes the cereal. Watch out, your laces. Whoa! At lunch, Geraldine knows her stinky tofu will be stinky. So she sets Biantong down far away from Nico. She takes a deep breath and unbuckles a buckle. Thwack! She goes to unbuckle the other side. You got this! When suddenly, Nico exclaims, Blech! That stinks! Except he isn't talking to Geraldine. Who's he talking to? Let's see. He's talking to Devin, the boy from the bus. Geraldine knows exactly how Devin feels. Scoot, and she knows just what to do. All right, this is the last chapter. Let's see what she does. Chapter 4. Geraldine marches up to Devin and taps him on the shoulder. Excuse me, tap, tap, tap. She sits down with Biantong, clears her throat, and asks, May I try a bite of that? Everyone at the lunch table gasps. What? Huh? For real? Geraldine takes a bite and chews, and chews, and chews some more. Then she gulps and says, Yum! It's sweet, powdery, and really tasty. You like it? Like it? I love it. What is it? It's a fruit. In Jamaica, we call it stinking toe. Really? Geraldine reaches for Biantong's buckles. Back. Because this is called stinky tofu. Whoa, stinky. Want to try? Devin takes a nibble and says, Hey, pretty good. And do you know how our girl Geraldine responds? Yep, pretty stinking good. Geraldine finishes every last bite and says, I can't wait for lunch tomorrow. That makes 2 of us. Snap. The end. Yay! And that concludes our reading of Geraldine Pooh and Her Lunchbox 2. And if you get the book, there is this special message in the back from Biantong and a recipe to make your very own pork bao. And you can see here, it lists all the ingredients, all the steps. And on the very last page, I drew out pictures for how you can wrap a bao. So I hope you get the book. I hope you enjoy it. And if you make the bao, I hope it's delicious. And I can't wait to see what questions you guys have. Thanks so much.
Yes, that was fantastic. I enjoyed that, and I also liked how the lunchbox had a face. That was pretty cool. Yeah. No, I like that because it's all about those details and stuff when you putting a book together, and that was great. And then I also like how you made the lunchbox talk too. That
Absolutely. Well, you know, kids these days, their belongings, they're good friends, right?
Yeah,
And they're alive. They're alive for them.
Yeah, most definitely. So yeah, that was fantastic. Really great book, guys. Make sure you comment your questions for Miss Maggie, and we'll get to as many of those as possible. I see we got some people tuning in. Hello from Miss Stewart's first and second grade class in Atlanta.
Hi,
Appreciate y'all so much for tuning in and listening. What part? Oh, we have a question from Kate Walsh. Says, what part of the book continues to be your favorite part to read or revisit? It's a great question.
Oh, yeah. Kate knows this book has been out for a few years now, and I've read it multiple times, including to my own kids at night over and over. And I have to say, I think I have two favorite parts. When she throws her lunchbox and I have to like really get into it and scream like that. I think as adults, it's been a long time since I've really like let out a scream. So
Yeah.
that's kind of fun to do. And then there's a line that Devin has at the end where he goes, "Whoa, stinky." And I think that's my favorite line of the whole book.
Yeah.
And
No,
I think that's such a great line because he's not meaning it in a mean way, and you can get it. He's actually genuinely curious about
yeah.
it, right? And so, that line could go either way, but the way it's read and the way you can tell from his facial expression, yeah, he means it in a kind way.
Yeah, no, this was definitely really great. I love it. And what I want to know is what is the central theme, the theme behind this? So when people read this, what's the overall message that you hope viewers or excuse me, readers take away from it?
Yeah, great question. Well, I'm hoping that they can learn from Nico and Devin, right? Like you can either be a Nico or you can be a Devin. And people are trying new things all the time. And I think for a lot of people, like no matter what your age, a lot of people are a little afraid of trying new things. Or they can choose to be like Devin and give it a shot. And you never know, you might enjoy it. You might make a new friend. So the central theme is, before you knock it, try
Yeah.
something new, be open-minded, especially if it comes from somebody that maybe doesn't look like you or is part of a culture that you're not familiar with. There's a whole big world out there. And so trying new things and exploring can lead to really great things. And of
Yeah.
course, deeper than that, there's all of the empathy and the compassion and all of those themes, of course. But at the surface level, I think that's a universal theme that everybody can connect with.
Yeah, no, that's great. Definitely try new things. That's very important. And we got Teaching Fabulously says, where is Geraldine from?
Oh, okay. Well, Geraldine is, I can interpret this question in a few different ways. Geraldine is based on me as a little girl, if you guys were wondering. And I definitely did not have an ending like Geraldine in my lunchroom situation, but Geraldine basically is doing what I wished that I did when I was a kid. And I am originally from Kansas. So I have her set in probably, middle America and a little bit less diversity. And her family is originally from Taiwan. That's a tiny island off of China.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So you were actually in this situation yourself.
Yes. And actually, a lot of immigrants who live in the United States, they have something called a lunchbox moment. So it's actually been dubbed. So it's not a super unique experience by any means. But yeah. So it's back to school time. Not sure if kids who are tuning in, maybe they've experienced something a little similar where they're bringing something to school. Kids might not know what it is, and they might call it weird. So yeah, I had this experience, and so have many others.
Yeah. And what I do like, before I get to that question, I do want to say one thing that I do like is I like the fact that that Geraldine and the other guy shared the similar scenario there, and I like how she came and went over to him and tried some of his food and stuff, and then they kind of came together on that. I really like that.
Yeah, that's very me too. Like I when I was a little kid, like maybe I wouldn't have had the courage to say something for myself, but when it came to a friend, and I think this happens with people if they see someone, going through it too, then maybe they'll have the courage to stand up. So yeah, and I have to say when I was researching, there was just an amazing connection that happened in my brain. I couldn't believe there were two stinky foods out there. One was actually called stinky tofu and one was called
Yeah.
stinking toe. Like it was just meant to be. They were meant to be friends.
Yeah. Okay, cool. And then we got Megan Deroma says, "What's your favorite stinky food and when you were little?" Good question.
Oh, wow. My favorite stinky food now is probably stinky cheeses. Like, I love a good funky cheese.
Sure.
And I love most anything stinky, to be honest.
Mhm.
And when I was younger, probably pickles,
Mhm.
or like sardines, like a
Yeah.
can of fish that could just fill the whole room.
Yeah. Good
I
stuff.
really
Good
love,
stuff.
yeah. I have to say I love most stinky foods except for I have a pretty hard time with durian. I don't know if you
Mhm.
guys know what durian is.
I
You
don't think
can
I
look
don't
it
think I've
up.
heard of that.
Everybody go out there, look it up. It's like a big spiky fruit, and on the inside, you can like
Mhm.
peel off pieces, almost like an orange, but it's like slimy, and I think it kind of smells like garbage. Not
Okay.
very
Yeah. And you know what's funny? Like for me, I've never been like a sticky food person because I'm always one of those people, and my people think I'm weird for this. But anytime that I taste something new, I have to smell it. Like I have to indulge it. And if
just a
it
sec.
doesn't, yeah, and if it doesn't align with my nose, then I'm not eating it. But
That must be fun for you to travel because, again,
uh,
in my research, there are stinky foods
mhm.
all around the world.
Yeah, yeah. And actually, when it comes to trying new things, like I am a person, like when I go, I will say a time where I really do my best to try new things is on cruises. Because when you go on cruises, they have different foods on the ship, and then they also have different foods that are actually in the different countries that you're going to visit. And but usually, like, yeah, if it doesn't line up with my nose, I'm not eating it. But if it's new and it doesn't smell bad, then I'm gonna try it.
And you know what? That's okay. There's a message in the back of the book that says, like, there are plenty people in Taiwan where this dish, stinky tofu, comes from that
Mhm.
do not like stinky tofu. And that's fine. But there's
Yeah.
a line that says, don't yuck someone else's yum. Like maybe they're
Mhm.
really enjoying it. Just let them enjoy it.
Yeah.
You don't have to. And that's okay. That's not the main point of the book.
Yeah, yeah, and I know like a food that a food that I think just smells horrible, but a lot of people in our culture like it is chitlins. Pork chitlins.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
tell us about that. Okay, just in case people don't know. What is that? What is that?
Yeah, that's like I don't know. I think it's like some type of pork something, and people just buy it. I don't like it.
And it's
People use
fried, right? Is it
Yeah,
fried?
I think they do come fried.
Mm.
I don't think I've actually ever like seen them because I try to stay away from them.
Mm.
But then we got Jeanette Silver Fox says, "Good morning, guys. Good morning to you. Thank you so much
Morning.
for tuning in." And then we have
Oh,
someone else who says, "Hello, how are you doing?" I'm Wanda from Uganda, East Africa.
amazing.
Am Agushu by tribe. So nice to be here. Blessings. Oh, nice. Appreciate you so
Thank
much.
you so much for being here. Oh,
Yeah.
Uganda. I've been
Oh,
to
that's
Uganda once. We're talking about food.
hmm
Yeah. Oh, I'm wondering, am I allowed to ask a question to
Yeah,
her? Yeah, if
yeah.
she's still here. I missed her name. I'm wondering what's like a very flavorful, stinky food from Ugandan culture,
Yeah, yeah. Now that would
Ugandan
actually be
cuisine.
yeah. Let me
Let's
see.
see if she responds.
Yeah, Welshay Wanda. Yeah, yeah. That question was for there. I'm looking back at it. Okay, cool. Good stuff there. So we got a couple more minutes left. So I do want to know this when it comes to writing books, right? What comes first? Is it the title? Is it the words, then the title, or is it the theme? Is there a certain thing
Mm.
you're trying to get across?
Yeah, yeah. Well, I think it's different for every author illustrator. I know you kids out there, you guys are all writing your stories and, drawing pictures for your stories. So I'm curious how it works for you guys too. But for me, I will have an idea that often comes from something from my life. Like I said, this was an experience that happened to me. And then it's almost like a movie that plays out in my head where I'll see the scenes and I'll then have to like grab a paper or grab my computer and try to write it down as fast as possible. And so for me, from there, like I write the story out. So I guess you could say like the words come first. A lot of people will sketch out their characters and maybe their characters are doing something and that gives them the story. But for me, the story flows from the words. So I'll write it all out. And then with each of these books, you know, there's 64 pages that have to be in each of these books. That's kind of like the formula. So I got to make sure that it's not too long of a story. It's got to fill that. And then I got to make sure that the pictures all go along with those 64 pages.
I love that. Yeah, that's fantastic. Oh, here we go. They did respond. It says favorite is Posho and Maliwa. I think.
Okay. I'm gonna write that down right now because I have to look that up later.
Yeah.
Posho and Maliwa.
Okay. Yeah. No, I've never heard of that.
About something new. Thank you.
Okay, good stuff there. Yeah. Well, Miss Maggie, this was fantastic. Thank you so much for coming on with us, waking up early. We know you in California, so we definitely appreciate you taking time to wake up early with us and come on Students with King Reading Corner. Last thing, can you just tell us how people can support you, where we can follow you, and where we can get the book?
Oh, yes, absolutely. So you can get the books. It says at the bottom, it's available at Amazon, Target, Barnes & Noble. It's pretty much available like anywhere you can buy books. And I always love the plug for independent bookstores. Go support those local bookstores. And there are 3 in the series. So we read this one, the purple one. There's also the turquoise one that has to do with hair and the cat hat and picture day. And then this last one, red cover, has to do with writing your own stories, and the pencil is the pencil over here is the sidekick in her story there. And so you can follow me on Instagram. I'm just at Maggie P Chang, and I took a little break, but I plan to be back on social media, and so you can hear about my next books coming up. I have a fun series coming up. Starring not Geraldine. A lot of people ask if there are any more Geraldine books. Not right now, but I have a new series coming out starring a dog.
Okay, nice. I love that. Yeah, so we'll definitely be looking for those new books. And once again, we appreciate you so much for coming on. This was fantastic. And guys, thank you so much for taking the time to tune in to this edition of Students with King Reading Corner. We really appreciate it. Guys, make sure you go ahead and fill out that survey. All you got to do is scan that QR code and let us know your favorite parts about Students with King. We really want to know how we're doing here at the King Center with Students with King Reading Corner. So go ahead, scan that QR code with your cell phone camera and let us know your thoughts on the program today. And then, guys, make sure you tune in next month for our other Students with King Reading Corner. I believe that will be on November 12th. That's a Tuesday as well. So that is the next time we will see you guys. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. This has been great. Have an amazing day. See y'all next time.
Hi, I'm Dr. Bernice A. King.
And I'm Dr. Kimberly P. Johnson.
And we are the co-authors of
It Starts With Me. Well, it starts with me.
No, I think it really starts with me.
No.
Well, maybe it just starts with you.
It starts with you.
This is a book for children and the rest of the world about love. A powerful word that really can change and transform our world. Now, this girl here is Amora. So Amora is going to take us on a journey around the world with her friends, talking about how we can be loved.
Thank you so much for reading this book. It Starts With Me. Dr. King's vision is coming to life, and you guys are going to carry that vision into the world. Have fun reading.
We want our children and you parents to be loved in the way you speak, in the way you act, and in the way you think. That's what it starts with me about. It starts with me. I am the one who can fix the world with love.
It starts with me.